Welcome back. Now we're in the Bushlands. One of my least favorite levels in the game. So we head out here, talk to a character named Santa. Which, by the way, this game has skins only available during the time of year and during Christmas. And Santa skins actually Santa, so that's interesting. So if you're playing this during different holidays, check out the skins. They are pretty interesting. But onward to the game. So, got these enemies that we saw in the egg corridor. Now able to jump and fly. And let me tell you, those watch out for those big blue ones for sure, because they able to stomp down on you and they take away a lot of your health. That is very dangerous. So you get your center keys real quick, and make sure you avoid these like big giant blue things. Where I am right now, there's like a little health capsule. I don't get it now till later, but right now I actually doing something out of order. But you should not do what I do. I'm doing this because it show what's ahead. But surely go back to Santa to get back the key, because right here is because I thought I was able to get the information early and stuff, but find out you have to actually talk to Santa real quick. So actually go back to Santa when you get his key. And of course we give it back, and he let us come inside of his house, which of course got spikes for some reason. Of course, refill your ammo helps and all that. That's one of the annoying things in the game. I dislike, which there's most games. I wish they'd stop doing this in most games now. Is instant death spikes. But right here we got the fireball from Santa. Fireball, not one of my favorites, but it's pretty useful for this area mostly. So cut back right to I forgot what her name is, but of course you check the fireplace. Right after you gave Santa his key back and the fireball, this Amiga will come up to you and tell you you need jelly to put out the fire. Not sure why jelly. There's like water right outside. But whatever. So a bunch of jellyfish started spawning. When you come back out. These jellyfish ain't that big of a threat. They just fly around in a set pattern, so you don't need to worry about them that much. Like you see right there, they're just left jump, right jump. Don't even worry about them that much. Of course, the fireball, very useful, especially when leveling up. It basically does the same thing, just basically more powerful and more fireballs burst out when leveling up. So basically what you're getting. And right there I noticed, oh yeah, there's a capsule. So of course I go up here, but first take care of these guys, because these guys were able to get me and knock me out. And I don't know what the heck that one was doing. It was sliding. Must have been a glitch. But of course do some platforming, so I don't like the platforming. One thing I need to mention too, the platforming in this game, voice crack, the platforming in this game is kind of floaty. Like right there, it's kind of like difficult to go into like one single square. And I'm very akin to liking it that much. So we see up there the giant jellyfish. That's what we need to kill to get the jelly. And of course, it doesn't drop. It drops off from a chest. We open it. Now, you think you might go back to the house to extinguish the fire, but real quick, we go back to the Miguel village, go into the assembly hall, use it on this fire, and we get ourselves a secret weapon, the bubble line. Now, the first time playing this game, I didn't even get it, mostly because I didn't know it was there. The reason why I'm wondering, no, it's there because I was wondering why I have like an extra weapon slot open, so I go on the internet and investigate. So the bum line, first level is kind of shit. Second one's okay. What's really useful about the bubble line is the third level, which if I'm able to get it, which is difficult to level up to, so it's constantly switching weapons and grabbing the weapon energy with the bubble line. So very useful. So this is why it's useful. It creates a bubble barrage around you, and when it keeps bursting out bubbles, it will pop and send out like some sort of like shurikens, white shurikens, some sort. One disadvantage though is that it's possible to aim exactly where, and of course it has a ammo count, but it does recharge over time. So lucky for that. But we get the gelling in, but this time we do again. No, we go back to Santa House and get charcoal. Now I had to phrase this very, very importantly. You want to go back to Santa House with the jelly juice and get that charcoal. It will save you a bunch of time. Trust me. And now, oh, right here, I was trying to do there was a little thing, and I'm sure if you're able to do this in the Plus, I did it in a 3DS version, which the 3DS version is in the old PC version, where if you, think you check the fire, and then, sleep in her bed, she will be sleeping in her bed after you wake up, and you get a, lift stick in your inventory. It doesn't do nothing. I believe so, yeah, it doesn't do nothing, so it's a weird item. There's like a bunch of items you can get that doesn't do nothing. There's also items you can hack in, but beyond that, I could continue here. This area is kind of annoying with the frogs, and I'm not sure what those white totem looking things are, but they're pretty annoying. When you hit them, they shoot out sounding like a circular beam at you, which is pretty annoying. So we head here and we meet Kaz for the first time, and we're gonna help him out. Help out our boy Kaz and give us a rusty key. I'd actually going ahead of myself here because he's supposed to use the rusty key onto the door, but I decided to go ahead and go use the rusty key for its actual purpose and open this door. So you want to check Kaz's door first, then go to this room where I am now. And there's like a little robot inside, and I'm going to turn on power, which will activate the fans outside. But also, this little robot guy calling us an intruder. But Bollock comes in and destroys him. Yes. And of course he tells us what we already know. How they kidnapped Toroko on accident instead of Sue. And after that, it's boss fight. It's basically the same. The only difference is Warlock can go over you. It's not that difficult. Just blast him, get away from him, blast him. There's not much to talk here. It's mostly talking lines. The bubble line is actually kind of useful. Mostly because he's in the air, so you can use the bubble line to flow around, have the bubbles flow around, up and around you, hitting him a bit. So very useful. I recommend, but again, the ammo, when you run out, you have to wait a bit. Especially when it's level 3, when it becomes useful. So we talked to the robot. He thanks us. He told us he can make bombs. This is where I was like, wait, there's supposed to be more. You had to tell me what the ingredients are. Of course, I noticed all the way I had to use the rusty key on the door Kaz told me to use that on to let him out, but found out it's actually not. So a little out of order, but I was I was getting ahead of myself. And of course, take some time to get this chest here, which reveals a missile upgrade. So come back here, use the key on the keyhole. Of course, tell him what's going down. Tell him we can make a bomb. I believe. Then we go back here, and then he will tell us to help us make a bomb for the door. Of course, charcoal, jelly juice, and gum base. Of course, we got the charcoal. Unfortunately, we don't have the jelly juice, which is the annoying part about this level. Is getting that damn jelly juice. A lot of backtracking on this. But we also need a gum base, which Kaz gives us a key that has the word gum on it. So we're gonna head up here to this little house real quick, which will give us another, I believe, a max missile upgrade. Let's see. Yeah, I was right. Okay. But we see a new enemy type, which is gonna be the first time seeing this until much, much later. It's just a showing another form of a Mimiga, basically. Not like seriously, you don't see that kind of Mimiga again till like the end of the game. And it's probably, I think it's just one other one too. But we go into this tower. I hope. I don't know what I'm doing here. Probably should have cut it, but I think I'm just showing what's around here. Yeah, here you go. So what you want to do for this is shoot up there, jump on him, and kill this one, and shoot through that and get that life castle. Pretty easy one to get. Just back out if you mess it up. So this upcoming part I did not like. Again, with the floaty platforming, you got instant death spikes at the bottom, so you have to time your jump wisely. This guy gives advice of how to jump with the fans, which this one's pretty easy to do, but the second one here, you have to pretty much jump and then run, then jump again. Which again, being a small space and kind of floaty is kind of difficult to do. Like there, showing how tough it can be. A little difficult, I mean. But we finally got up here and we get our gun base. But why is there just such a large room, you might say, for a gun base? Well, you see, we got a boss fight again with, guess who? Bolog. For, I believe, the third time? But it's not gonna be regular Bolog, it's gonna be Frog Bolog. Now for this fight, you want to use defense to your advantage. There's each time you jump, the little frogs come down. That way you're gonna get your resupply for your weapon energy and health and ammo. The only way to damage him is to when he opens his mouth and then you shoot. I recommend the fireball for this, because the fireball doesn't don't think it gets destroyed when it hits something. So, and plus it has that little curve to it, which will I think will bounce right into it. I think there's like a little like chance of instability where Golog can't be hit near the bottom, which is kind of annoying. But uh, this is when I forgot. I always forget. Like I have missiles, right? I can use missiles to shoot him, and it takes a lot out of him. So just simple. Just jump over him when he gets close, and use the fireball to shoot into his mouth, and also the missiles to hurry it up. And it's a pretty easy boss fight. There's I believe there's like, yeah, there's like a bunch of, there's a lot of boss fights for now that requires you to jump over them. I believe the next one will not, but then the next one is weird with the boss fights. There's one boss fight later I don't like, which require jumping over and trying to stay on one platform, which is really difficult. So we get our bomb and bring it back to Kaz and let him out. Of course, he tells us how he escapes from the doctor and wanting to see Sue to explain more of what's going on. But here comes someone through the portal, and it's a character named Professor Booster. He has, I believe, like not much of a presence in the game, except if you doing the secret boss. I will get to it when we get there, which you might want to wonder how would anybody figure that out, but again, we get there when we get there. Of course, the Professor Booster telling us we have to hurry, we have to stop the doctor at any basically I believe in the bio it says that Professor Booster is basically a grandfather figure to both to Kaz and Sue. So not much to it about Booster's personality or character. He's basically an old man that gave us information. In fact, that's like a lot of the characters in this game, where it's just there to put out a plot dump into the story. Of course, cut back here, we see Kaz's bike got wrecked. Wonder why. Well, we head back and found out. And Sue tells King everything of how Omega is the weapons of destruction that the Doctor is ready to use at any time. Of course, telling us the main reason why the Doctor is doing this and his main purpose of getting Toroko and Sue and the Red Flowers. Of course, a reunion with Booster and Sue, but here comes us, which we're not yet done yet until we get to the next area. But we're gonna talk to Booster and Sue, and they're gonna put us down a heavy plot dump on us. Yes, the Booster reveals to us that we need to stop the Doctor, which we can only do because we pose the power to actually know what he's gonna do and how to stop it. So he tell us to go to the sand zone. Let's say that 10 times fast. 3 times fast. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know. Trying to go over that time here, but we'll forget. Blizzard dropped the ball here and tell us what exactly we are, and we are a recon robot from the surface, here to destroy the Mimigas, which makes you wonder why we aren't. Not much of a. There's not much what's going on, but see you. Not much till later in the story, but till then, see y'all next time we head to the Sand Zone.